Hey, I'm Joe, and for our very first edition of Joe Loves Vancouver, I figured we'd go to where it all started, Fort Vancouver. So come with me, we'll learn a little bit more about our awesome city's history. Fort Vancouver was first built back in the winter of 1824 to 1825 by the Hudson's Bay Company. It was set up as their headquarters for the whole Pacific Northwest fur trade, right along the Columbia River. They named it after the British explorer Captain George Vancouver. At its peak, it was the center of a huge trade network, managing dozens of outposts and shipping furs all the way to London and China. The fort itself was pretty impressive. Big wooden walls, lookout towers with cannons, and dozens of buildings inside. Everything from workshops and warehouses to homes, a school, and even a chapel. But Fort Vancouver wasn't just about trading. It was a cultural melting pot. You had Native Americans, Hawaiians, and workers from all over. The surrounding farms made it a major agricultural hub, feeding people all along the Columbia and even helping supply settlers heading west on the Oregon Trail. When the U.S. and Britain signed the Oregon Treaty in 1846, the land became American territory. The Hudson's Bay Company stuck around for a bit, but by 1860 they were gone. Then the U.S. Army stepped in and built a Vancouver barracks right next door. Interestingly enough, the Hudson's Bay Company stuck around until 2025 and was finally sold off. And these days it's quite quaint, it's very quiet. If you have enough imagination, you can think back to the 1800s when it would be bustling with activity and there's officers here when there's trading done. The constant threat, but also treaties with various native populations. Quite interesting, so much activity that happened.
But this is a typical top hat that everybody sees. But the richer you are, the fancier your top hat. You might get one with a taller crown. It might be like a light blue or silver and have a fancier brim. And again, that's a fashion statement to display your wealth.
Now, originally it was up on top of Grand Boulevard, where the state school for deaf is. But they moved it down here after a few years because they discovered, one, it didn't flood over here, and two, they could actually get a well here. They dug 80 feet up there on the hill, they couldn't find anything. So they actually had to put a well down here and have carting water up and down the hill to the fort every single day.
After you're done touring the fort, you can go in the community garden, and you can almost imagine what it's like to have to grow your own food back in the day. See it for yourself here. A lot of fun, not just for the adults, but also for the kids. So if you haven't been there for a while, you need to go back. If you've never been there, you absolutely need to go. Tickets are only $10 for adults, and it's free for kids. So you really don't have any excuses. So thanks for coming along with me. Do appreciate it. Even with cloudy skies, Vancouver always shines. I'm Joe. Thank you. I'll see you later.